Good evening, people, and welcome back. Well, today wasn't a great day, and it's getting worse by the second. I was going to do a quick episode about how when there's a bearish day in the stock market and it's a big down day all at once, you tend to find that everything gets hit, even the flight to safety investments like gold, silver, and in the past, cryptocurrency. I mean, gold and silver investors and cryptocurrency investors kind of are singing from the same song sheet. They're all trying to get out of the fiat currency and the inevitable inflation that we're starting to see. And to get out of the fiat currency, you go to gold, silver, cryptos. But when there's a stock market crash, not today was a crash, but it was a severe pull down, I'm starting to find that everything gets hit. And that's happened back in the 2020 March crash of when COVID was first hitting everybody and there was the first lockdowns and whatnot. Gold went down, silver went down. Cryptocurrencies weren't really that much on my radar yet to know if those days were tough, but I've seen charts and they did get affected as well. But they bounced back, so did gold and silver. So today's episode was about to be about that. Don't freak out about today's market pullback in the cryptocurrencies. They were all hit pretty hard with the exception of just a few, and we'll get into that in a second. And then just as I was about to make this episode, let me just say that Elon tweeted something that is really not very favorable towards Bitcoin and is making the entire market fall even further than an already down day. So let's see what he tweeted. So Elon Musk, like he usually does, tweets out these things that just kind of make people go, what? Wasn't he just saying that Bitcoin is the next best thing to better than fiat currencies? And here he's tweeting out, Tesla has suspended vehicle purchases using Bitcoin. We are concerned about the rapidly increasing use of fossil fuels for Bitcoin mining and transactions, especially coal, which is the worst emission of any fuel. Cryptocurrency is a good idea on many levels, and we believe it is a promising future, but this cannot come at a great cost to the environment. Tesla will not be selling any Bitcoin, and we intend to use it for transactions as soon as mining transitions to more sustainable energy. We're also looking at other cryptocurrencies that use less than 1% of Bitcoin's energy transaction. Now, that's always been the big hit on Bitcoin, that it's a proof of work protocol, which means that miners have to prove they did the work in order to get rewards, which is a new Bitcoin. And there's many, many coins that have gone proof of stake. Cardano, ADA coin, prime example, is a new up-and-coming smart chain contract that is proof of stake. Binance coin, the third largest market cap coin, is also a proof of stake. So these staking coins don't have these massive amounts of computers constantly working around the clock to create new coins. It's all done by staking. So those coins have a much lower energy usage rate. But this whole bit about, all these Bitcoin are being created by coal. Okay, maybe in China, maybe in some of these less environmentally friendly countries, that's going on. But I know in the first world countries like Canada, all the crypto miners like Hut 8, like Hive, like the ones in the States like Riot, Blockchain, Marathon, they are all making Bitcoin with green energy, such as wind power, solar power. They buy the solar panels, they buy the wind farms, or they at least lease the wind farms, and then they buy the electricity from the energy producers. It's a win-win. The energy producers are happy to have this constant use of electricity because unlike air conditioners or other things that put a surge on the circuits, Bitcoin runs the exact same amount of energy 24 hours a day. So I think Elon coming out and bashing Bitcoin for its coal use should really be bashing, just say China's got to stop making Bitcoin with coal. That would have been easy. The whole cryptocurrency market wouldn't have taken a beating because of that. Instead, he tarred everybody with the same brush. If you're creating Bitcoin, you're hurting the environment, which is unfortunate. But let's just go back to what my original premise of this video was going to be is these are blips on the market. They're not going to affect you long term. These are opportunities to get into more cryptocurrencies if you feel you're underinvested. And also, even if there is a legitimate hit against Bitcoin for the reason of dirty energy being used, that doesn't affect other coins that are going down in sympathy, such as Cardano, such as Polkadot, such as Binance coin, such as many other coins that are not proof of work. Even Ethereum, which is presently proof of work and the second most energy hungry coin to create, is switching over to proof of stake when they come up with Ethereum 2.0. So if he wants to throw some shade on Bitcoin because it's such an energy hog, well, Elon has the right to say whatever Elon wants to say. But keep in mind, people don't go after the banking system for how much energy power they use They don't go after Amazon for all the power that their cloud services use. And it's all for building a better tomorrow. Well, you could say the same thing about Bitcoin. It's going to be maybe the currency of the future. Maybe not. Maybe this type of negative criticism will be ongoing long enough that when Ethereum switches over to proof of stake, or if Cardano takes over as the new smart chain contract, or Binance, or whomever else, maybe slowly over time, Bitcoin's dominance will go down and go down and go down like it already has. And eventually somebody else will take the mantle as the big kingpin on cryptocurrency. But anyways, let's get into the charts just to talk about what happened today before Elon Musk's tweet that just happened and whether we should even be concerned about it at all. Okay, here we are on CoinMarketCap. This is in order of market cap. I do a watch list. I take out all the stable coins, the ones that are pegged to $1, because there's no point in looking at how they did in the day because they almost never move. So let's look at Bitcoin, because of Elon, is now under 53,000. I was thinking 53,000 was kind of like the floor, the support, but Elon, and this can happen at any time. You get these powerful people or powerful things happen, and you can take out support. And then once you take it out, then there's that, oh my God, how far are we going to fall? So if you just look quickly at Bitcoin, look at the daily chart, you can see all day it's been falling. And then right here, the severe drop was the Elon tweet. So it was already down for the day. If we go back to the list, it was already down for the day. And you can also see here that Bitcoin's dominance has been falling. This is the overall capitalization of all cryptocurrencies. And you can see cryptocurrencies, we are in that bull market that I've been talking about. But when you get down to this chart down here, this big orange one is Bitcoin. And these other ones are Ethereum and Binance Coin and Dogecoin and Tether and all the other ones. As you can see, Bitcoin's dominance has been falling quite severely in the last little while. But this happened in the 2017 market as well. It's called the altcoin season. Bitcoin tends to take off first and do well, and the other coins are kind of languishing, not really gaining much market share. And then just as the altcoin bull market takes off, it's more that they're taking off than Bitcoin is dropping. But on a chart, when you're comparing one to another, obviously it looks like Bitcoin's going down. But as you can see, back in 2017, the same exact thing happened, and Bitcoin went from 85% of the market share to only 37.84. It fell recently from 69, so it never got back up to its old highs of 85, and it is now down to 44. So this is not something to be concerned about. This is normal in the altcoin bull market. Think of Bitcoin as being gold, digital gold, and these other cryptocurrencies are like silver. Silver tends to move faster than gold during a bull market, and silver tends to fall faster during a bear market. Now, Elon tweeting that Bitcoin is dirty and terrible and we should all stop using it, if that's what he was implying, doesn't help. So there you go. So just taking the top 100 coins of, well, at least the ones that I put on my watch list, and going by 24-hour return, you can see there were some winners, and that says a lot. That's very bullish when things like Polygon, which has the symbol Matic, have been going up. This is a 7-day chart over here, and you can see it's been going up for the entire 7 days, and it went up 16.29% on what was a very bearish day. Solana, same thing. It had a bit of a pullback recently, but it's been more recently going up, and it went up 7.5% on a very bad day. Polkadot, that's showing some life here. Now, it didn't have a great 7-day, but it's had a good 1 day, so things might be turning the corner for Polkadot. Ethereum, that's had a very good 7-day, 18 and a third percent, was up just slightly today. And earlier when I looked, it was actually down slightly. And then there's all the other ones. Binance, it's just been sort of treading water, up, down, up, down, up, down, but it hasn't been losing, which is good. I mean, when you have bearish times, a bearish few days, not losing a ton of money is also a good thing. And then you go down, and there's Bitcoin, lost 6.74% today and 7.63% over the last week. And then as you get down, you get some of my ones that I'm kind of following that are not super high cap. The only one that of note that is kind of relatively high cap at 39 is PancakeSwap. I was a real believer that Pancake was really kicking the crap out of Ethereum's version, which is Uniswap. And I thought with the amount of volume that's going through PancakeSwap, they are just dominating the whole swap and liquidity pool and staking pool area, that I thought that coin would definitely be in a bullish phase during this altcoin bull market. But yeah, not a good week at all. Down 17.28% and down 12.26% just in the last 24 hours. But anyways, don't want to keep this video going too long. I just want you to say that these pullbacks, if we look at the broad market, it's funny, when you look at a chart that's kind of in a short-term time frame, you can get really bearish on things. If you look at the 5-minute chart on Bitcoin, yeah, it looks pretty bad. It's a fall followed by maybe we're trying to make it back, and then no, a serious fall. But when you zoom out, let's go to the 1 hour, it's more sideways congestion. And then when you look at the daily chart, it looks very bullish, right? And we can do the same thing for the coin that I probably have the most money invested in, and that's Binance coin. I'm a strong believer that Binance's smart chain is so efficient compared to Ethereum. And lately, the gas fees on Ethereum have been out of control. I mean, it's something like their average fee to do anything on the Ethereum network is about $28. And on Uniswap, which is their version of like PancakeSwap, it's $275 to transact on Uniswap for a coin. That's crazy. So anyways, big fan of Binance, also a big fan of Cardano, but just want to show you again, if you look at just today, if you put the 5-minute chart on, it's sort of like it fell, tried to come back, and it fell again. Although it didn't even with the Elon tweet, it didn't break its earlier low. But again, go to the 1 hour, and all of a sudden we're going from bearish to bullish, right? Everything's starting to look up. If you go even further out, 4 hour, there's nothing wrong with Binance. It's doing well. Go to the daily and you get that exponential growth chart that really makes you think, wow, I wish I'd gotten in way earlier with a lot more money. But that's all I'm trying to say is that you could look at any of them. We'll do one more with Cardano just to see the same thing because Cardano has been very bullish. But always, if you're ever questioning your investment, always zoom out and look at whether we're in an upward trend or a sideways trend or a downward trend. When you zoom in too far, you can be thrown off, and that FUD, some big wig puts out a tweet, scares the crap out of you. You might look at the short-term chart and go, oh crap, I got to get out now. It's going to fall like a rock, right? And as I've said in previous episodes, I think we're bullish until at least September, maybe later if we're in a more super cycle environment. But we've got a few months of very bullish times ahead, so we can't let these little pullbacks freak us out. But first, let's get into Cardano's chart. So here's the Cardano chart you've seen me talk about on previous episodes. And we talk about how things get bullish as they get towards a fork. We had the Shelley fork, then we had the Mary fork, and then we have the Alonzo fork coming up in probably the end of August or somewhere in August. And as you can see, bullish, sideways congestion until some new news about the next fork is coming out, and then bullish. So we've already been saying in previous episodes that we're very bullish on Cardano. I think it's going to get to about $6 by the end of this bull market. But again, let's do it in reverse. So you think, yes, this is bullish. We're in the 4-hour chart. Look at the 1 hour chart, still looks bullish. Still more higher highs and higher lows. Then you start getting into the 5-minute chart, which is kind of like just today's action. Well, actually, it's not even looking that bad. So that's very bullish, actually, for Cardano. I thought it would look a little bit more bearish because today was a very bad day. But as we talked about earlier, Cardano's been in such a bullish phase that even a terrible day like this, and even Elon tweeting terrible things about Bitcoin, which tended to have an offset on a lot of other coins that went down in sympathy, people are just buying ADA anyway because it barely even dripped. This tiny little spike down was probably Elon's tweet. So yeah, if you want a bullish coin that's in a bullish phase, probably ADA is your best bet, followed closely by BNB, Binance's coin. So there you go. Take these days, these pullback days, especially when it's on FUD, when it's on fear, uncertainty, and doubt that doesn't seem to have any long-term bearing. I mean, even if Bitcoin was condemned as being a terrible, terrible polluter, that has nothing to do with ADA, that is a proof-of-stake coin. That has nothing to do with Binance. That has nothing to do with Polkadot. So let's all chill out, and we'll just take these as gifts. Especially if you feel like you missed the boat a bit or you're under invested, this is your opportunity to jump in and grab some more while prices have pulled back for no really good reason. So there you go. Hopefully I've alleviated some of your fears. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If so, show the channel some love by giving it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want more content on cryptocurrency and investing in general. Until next time, this is Craig signing off, wishing you happiness, health, and wealth in that order. Ciao for now.